Good afternoon from Kaitlyn Arena as we're ready for some more CAA women's volleyball and another showdown today between the Towson Tigers and the William & Mary Tribe on the Tribe Sports Network, presented by Van Wagner. The Towson Tigers winning a thriller yesterday in 5 sets as they were able to come back from behind for a reverse sweep over the William & Mary Tribe in a 3-2 thriller. We'll see what today's able to bring, and these two teams will square off once again. But first, a look at the CAA standings and how everything stacks up before we get going today. The Tigers still the only undefeated team in conference play so far at that 7-0 mark. The Tribe at 1-4, looking to climb back up into the middle of the pack today with a home victory, which will be the first here at Kaitlyn Arena in 2025. So that's the expectation today for the Tribe and the Tigers. And we'll take a look at how these two teams stack up against one another. It was such a competitive match yesterday between these two sides. The Tigers really found their recipe for success in the tail end of yesterday's 5-set match, going with the kills, the assists, clean up on some of their errors, and Sydney Stewart playing a big role again as that 3-time in a row CAA Defensive Player of the Week. The Tribe came out strong defensively, had 9 total blocks in that first set, and they are really good defensively. And when that clicks, the Tribe sitting in a pretty good position overall. Yesterday, Sarah Collender had quite the performance for the Towson Tigers. She had 16 total kills, and she's our player to watch today for this Tigers side. As you can see on the year, she's having quite a successful run at it. Over 200 kills on the season, but when she got going yesterday, this Tigers team was a tough team to beat. She started off with 7 kills and 0 errors to get things going, and when the match got intense towards the end of it, they relied more on Collender to make the big plays. The William & Mary transfer in her return doing a great job for the Tigers. And meanwhile, for the Tribe, we'll take a look at Beatrice Silva, who had an impressive showing at the setter position yesterday. She recorded a double-double where she was able to get 31 assists and 15 digs on the evening. She also had a season high of 6 kills for the Tribe. And, well, most of the kills came from plays like this. Great job just sending it over. She had a service ace on the day as well, as you see right there. Such a crucial setter for this Tribe side. She was causing some havoc against this Tigers defense, and today she'll have to play another big role if the Tribe are able to take down the Tigers in game 2 of 2 in this weekend set. So when we come back, we'll get things started here from Kaitlyn Arena. It's the Tigers and the Tribe once again for the second time this weekend here from the campus of William & Mary.
When your child is fighting cancer,
You gonna walk out here on your own? Okay.
yes, you never know what is possible. But you will always know where. Introducing the new Children's Tower, a hospital unlike any other, designed for the unique needs of kids and their families. The new Children's Tower, unlike any other.
Player introductions underway here at Kaitlyn Arena. Let's get you to starting lineups for today's contest. First for the Tigers, Aaron Brothers gets the start, followed by the libero and Sydney Stewart. And then another middle blocker getting in on the starting action today for the Tigers is Melina Purcell Telefoni, followed by Addison Lieber, who had a career night yesterday against the Tribe. Then it's followed up by Macy Jesse, Sarah Collender, who was our player to watch coming into today, and Ella Sanders, all getting the start. So a very similar starting 7 for the Towson Tigers. Meanwhile, for William & Mary, Olivia Esposito gets a start today, followed by Shayla Swoop. And then Kaitlyn Dunnigan, once again, a great back row player for the Tribe. Then Audrey Bershka, followed by Avery Horashi, Ryan Love, and Nicole Smith rounds out the starting 7 for William & Mary. Let's take a look at the Towson head coach now, Don Metal. What a job his team did yesterday to come back from 2 sets down to win that thriller against the Tribe in his 13th season with the Tigers. And if things continue to go the way they do, he could close in on 300 wins potentially here in 2025 in his time with the Tigers in his 13th season. Now look at Ryan Adams getting the coaching today for William & Mary in his 3rd season. 31-40 in his time with the Tribe, 70-87. It's his 7th season overall as a head coach in college volleyball. So Ryan Adams yesterday probably felt like, the 2-0 lead was a great start, but wasn't able to get the job done on the court. Today comes out with the hope and expectations to get the job done today, split this weekend series against the Tigers, and snap that win streak that is now at 16 games for the Tigers. Macy Jesse will get us going on serve. Good swing from Bershka there at the front row. Sanders gets a deflection there off the block. Smith tight there at the net, and she pushes it wide. And a hitting error gets things going underway here on this Saturday afternoon. We appreciate you guys so much for tuning on in. Andy Losi here on the Tribe Sports Network. Also here on Flow College. Deep serve taken there from Dunnigan. And Smith rolls it off the block. And Towson already showing some frontline defense. That was Purcell Telefoni and Ella Sanders there in the front row, and the Tigers off to a 2-0 start. Swoop outside again to Smith. And this time she goes to Bershka on the right side, who rolls it over. Into the middle, and it drops. And a kill there for Purcell Telefoni. And the Tigers off to a really good start here, picking up on some of that momentum they had as a team yesterday. In the final 2 sets of that match yesterday, the Tigers hit at a 42.1% hitting percentage. So really good job from the Tigers down the stretch in that match. Swoop tied the net, and she is in it. And a net violation there against the Tribe setter, and William & Mary down 4-0 early here in our first set. Jesse serves it in the net, and the Tribe will take it. First mistake of the afternoon for the Tigers. And Avery Horashi now to serve. Great service there from the William & Mary libero. And another dig. Purcell Telefoni with a thunderous kill back in the direction of William & Mary. And already a couple of kills for the freshman from America Samoa. This is one of those difficult swings. She got up there and sent it cross court. I don't think Swoop expected it to come her way at all. Even though she got low in defense, there's nothing you can really do on that one there. Alexa Mork subs in, and now will serve for the Tigers, up 5-1. Right side to Bershka. Good dig there from Mork. Sent back over, and a great use at the net there for Esposito. She got the little bit of a block, and then she ended it with the kill. There's a smart decision there at the net. Just push it deep. Towson was pushing up in coverage on that swing off of Sanders. So great job for the Tribe to get their first kill of the night. Here's Silva, was our player to watch coming into today. And a swing from the middle again. And Purcell Telefoni off to a great start. 3 kills on 3 total attacks. And the early go-to option. Another look at it here. Just routine off the serve, and a quick side out there for Towson. And now we'll see Purcell Telefoni on the jump serve. Outside, Aronson, and she hits it long. They're asking for a touch from the Tribe, but there is none to their avail. Five-point lead now here for Towson. And this one goes just long, really close to that back line. But good communication from William & Mary to make sure they see it go long. And already 2 service errors for the Tigers. That's how William & Mary have gotten 2 of their 3 points so far here in the early stages. Sit outside to Collender, through the block, but Horatie's there for the dig. And Hoxie comes with the kill. And the Tribe do a good job to maintain serve off of Devery Hoxie, who didn't get the start yesterday. We saw her in a couple of sets towards the tail end of it, but a good first test for the Tribe. Haven't seen much of Collender to get things going, but that was her first good attack at the nets. And the Tribe were able to respond well. Brothers touches it over, and Horatie's there. Silva to Hoxie again, and another kill. Back-to-back to the 6-foot sophomore. And she already has a couple of kills to get her night started. And the Tribe have climbed it back a bit, only down by 2. And a service ace for Nicole Smith. Smith had a great performance yesterday. Second on the team in kills. How about this on the service side of things? And the Tribe back within 1. Here's Sanders with it, and it takes a deflection off a William & Mary block, and the Tigers are able to side out. But a nice 4-0 scoring run there from William & Mary. Gets them back within 2. Set right side, Aronson, and her first kill of the Saturday. Routine play there from the Tribe. Led the team in kills yesterday for William & Mary with 12. And now Olivia Esposito back to serve. A roll from Aaron Brothers. And her first kill of this afternoon comes on that outside position in the rotation. 9-7, and now here's Collander's serve. Goes right at Smith. And Hoxie with a good swing off the nets. And another kill for Devery Hoxie. Devereaux Hoxie already 3 kills now in the afternoon, going right at Sydney Stewart. Well, great start for her this afternoon. Sets in the middle, and Brothers is denied by Ryan Love. .6'2" senior right there at the net with a solo block. And William & Mary, who are down 4-0 to get things started, have tied up at 9. Sets to the right side, and Dioff is denied again. Back-to-back blocks from William & Mary. This time Hoxie getting in on the defense. And the Tribe have their first lead of the afternoon. Great float serve there from Swoop. And Brothers sides out for Towson. And we're not up at 10. Ends the 3-0 scoring run that William & Mary was just on. Swoop to Hoxie. Played up by Collender. Now to Lee Burr, and she gets her afternoon started there to make it 11-10. career high performance yesterday with her 22 kills for the Tigers. Swoop outside to Burska. Colander is there for the dig, and it's set over, and Ryan Love sends it right back. One of those quasi-block kills there from Ryan Love, where she made a great defensive play to go up when the setter did. And then she also ended the point as well by swooping it over. They do give her the kill and make it 11-all. Set across the court to Lee Burr. Ryan Love doing it again at the net. Second effort from Lee Burr proves to be successful. And it's now 12-11, Towson on top. Competitive start here in set number one. Towson had a really good jump out of the gate. Up 7-2 at one point, but William & Mary with a couple of service runs have got themselves back into it as we go around the rotation to Jesse now. Smith on the outside. Be tough play there for Towson, but the free ball sent over. And Smith finds the floor. And with that kill, now 5 William & Mary Tribe players with at least one kill in this afternoon. Great distribution from the Tribe so far with Swoop and Silva, and a long serve from Horashi puts Towson back up by 1. First service error of the afternoon for William & Mary. And I will see Addison Lee Burr serve. Fed to Esposito, and a great use at the net. Just grazes it over off the block. And this truly is becoming back and forth volleyball here at Kaplan Arena. There's great use there for Esposito. It's at the middle. And Purcell Telefoni, who really got things off on a good note for Towson, gets a kill there to put the Tigers back up by 1. But we go side out and side out here. Stretch of 7 straight points where it's just been an immediate side out. Set outside to Aronson, and she's blocked. Sanders and Brothers there at the net. Another look at it here. And Sanders did a really good job on that outside position to get the block. Great dig in the back row by Dunnigan. Free ball sent over. Smith will take a swing at it. And he got a lot of the nets, but it falls on the court and down for the kill. What a strange play there. Smith just backed off. There was no blocks, and he grabbed a large portion of the net. But since she swung so hard at it, it was able to roll over and prove to be a much-needed kill for the Tribe. Sanders out wide. She had a great swing on it. Now Hoxie on the outside position, and another kill for the sophomore. Devereaux Hoxie off to a great start. 4 kills now on 5 total attacks. And Horashi with a great assist there. Free ball sent over. Silva over to Hoxie. And again, William & Mary recaptures the lead. 16-15 in set number 1, and Hoxie's played a really big role. 6 kills now for her. Sanders on that right side position. Dunnigan trying to get it, but it does go out of play. Great effort from Aronson, but it was a really good swing from Sanders out there on the outside to make this 16-all. Kaitlyn Moran to serve. Second time today. Hoxie with a touch over. Collander's there in coverage. And then Dioff with the swing and miscommunication from the Tribe. Allow it to fall on the court. Esposito and Horashi looking at each other, trying to figure out who's going to go get to the ball. Fed right side, Aronson good placement. Horashi just bumps it back over. And now Esposito just mistimed the swing. An unlucky break for the William & Mary middle blocker. That's the right decision. Just mistimed it on the attempt. Here's Hoxie at the 10-foot line. A good roll. Dioff just pushes it over. And now here's Aronson. Right side and finds the back corner. Could not have put it at a better spot there if you're Catherine Aronson. Look at this, another assist from Horashi. Already 3 for the William & Mary libero, and a service error from Olivia Esposito. Puts the Tigers back up by 2. So Towson calls a timeout here at 19-17. So far in this first set, it's been some really good volleyball in terms of hitting. 45% for Towson, and for William & Mary at 29%. 2 errors for the Tigers, 4 errors for the Tribe, and that might be the difference so far here in this first set, as we sit at 19-17. And even though Towson calls a timeout here, this could be really beneficial for Ryan Adams and his team. Give them an opportunity to recalibrate here. There was a couple of errors from Esposito, but the Tribe are still in it, and down by 2. We mentioned earlier on 5 different Tribe players with the kill so far. Hoxie's leading the way with 5 for William & Mary. Esposito, Smith, and Aronson with 2 each, and Ryan Love with the kill as well. Meanwhile, for Towson, it has been Purcell Telefoni who leads the way with 4 kills and 4 attacks. Lee Burr with 3 kills on her 4 attacks. Brothers and Sanders with 2 each, and then Dioff with 1 kill. So really good distribution from both sides in the early stages of this match, but you really feel whoever takes this first set is going to be a massive step forward for the side, especially for the Tribe. If they're able to win it, try to get back in the right direction after losing yesterday's match with a 2-0 lead over the same Tiger squad. Aronson right side, and a kill off the timeout by the Tigers. And a crucial side out there for William & Mary. Has them back within 1. They had some good service runs earlier, a 4-0 and a 3-0 in the early going of this first set. So what Shayla Swoop is able to do here. 5'10 freshman. Had a CAA high 19 assists last weekend against Stony Brook. Fed the middle to Brothers, and she misses it wide. That will certainly help William & Mary now. Only the 3rd hitting error of the day for Towson. And now it's 19-all. Lee Burr about 10 feet off, and she rolls it long. So we just mentioned the Tigers have not made too many mistakes so far today. And now back-to-back hitting errors has William & Mary 5 points away from a 1-0 lead. Set right side. Dioff, good dig by Smith with the one hand. And now the middle, Brothers is denied. But the Tigers able to keep it up. Horashi to Hoxie. Lengthy point here at 2019, and Colander goes into the nets. And ever since Don Meadow called that timeout, the Tigers have not looked as sharp. 4 straight points for William & Mary, and they lead by 2. Lieber into the block, and she gets the kill. And Towson able to side out there to bring themselves back within 1. Smith there in serve receive. And Bershka off a block. Audrey Bershka with her first kill. And what a time it comes to make it 22-20. Hoxie to serve has been great on the offensive side so far today. Tight set out to Lieber. And now Nicole Smith, who goes off speed. The Tribe have their largest lead of set number 1 and a second timeout for Towson, who all of a sudden find themselves down by 3, and the Tribe 2 points away from once again getting a 1-0 start here at home against the Tigers. So now we look at the numbers, and 27% for Towson hitting-wise and 34% for William & Mary. So it has completely flipped since that last time out when the Tigers were up 19-17 on the Tribe. Since then, it's been a 6-1 run for William & Mary. Has been a real big shift in this first set. And so maybe Don Metal here is hoping that this timeout is able to get his unit back in it. There's a look at Purcell Telefoni, who has had a great start, 4 kills, and no errors so far for her, but we haven't seen too much of her since that initial burst right out of the gate to get this match started. But imagine here, if you're Towson, you will probably want to find a way to get her involved here in a very crucial moment. $15 kills so far in this set for William & Mary, 13 for Towson. And now Hoxie to serve off the timeout. Lieber hits it wide. Another hitting error for Towson. And yesterday, this was the problem for the Tigers in that first set. They had 15 kills as a team, but 15 hitting errors. That's hitting error number 6 on the day, and it's set point for William & Mary. Connor in serve receive. And now fed to the middle, but Ryan Love ends it with a block. She had a kill earlier in this set on a play like that. And this time, a block to end it. And William & Mary down 19-17 in this set. Win it 25-20. What an ending to set number 1 for the Tribe. And for the second straight day, they have a 1-0 lead over the Tigers. We'll step aside when we come back. It's set number 2 between the Tigers and the Tribe on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Kaitlyn Arena. 1-0 lead for William & Mary over Towson here on this Saturday afternoon showdown and NCAA play. And Tribe fans, make sure to tune in to Tribe Unscripted, the official podcast of William & Mary Athletics. This bi-weekly show is hosted by Jack Angelucci and Sheldon Moss and has exclusive interviews with Tribe coaches, student athletes, alumni, and other notable guests. The first 2 episodes of Tribe Unscripted are available now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Recent guests include Brian Randall, the William & Mary quarterback coach, former Virginia Tech Hokie, and Tiara Cruz, a women's basketball alumni and current WNBA official. So make sure to tune in to Tribe Unscripted. We're getting to the good time of year in intercollegiate athletics. We have the fall sports starting to ever so mostly try to get to conference tournament play up here in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month down the road. I know for CAA tournament action happens around tail end of November, so make sure to tune in to that podcast hosted by Jack and Sheldon to keep up on all things William & Mary athletics. 25-20, set number 1 is in the books. William & Mary up 1-0, and Silva will get us going. Sanders on the outside with a good swing. And Smith with an off-speed roll gets the Tribe on the board, 1-0 to start off set number 2. Second straight day that William & Mary gets the start that they wanted to, being up 1-0 against Towson. Set to Lee Burr. It's taken by Silva, sent back over. Now Aronson on the right side. Out of system goes Towson. And a block that goes off the face of Collender. So already a kill. And how about a block to show both the offense and defense of William & Mary here in set number 2. Looks like Esposito getting most of that block there with her and Smith. Set outside to Lee Burr. Horashi digs it up. Brothers sends it back over. And Esposito trying to go with the touch over with a little bit of a tip, but it grabbed the net and it fell back on the William & Mary side. So how will William & Mary approach today differently than how they did yesterday when they're up 2-0 over Towson? Smith on the outside. It's dug up. And Collender with the roll. Silva to Smith. And Aronson just touched it back over. Maybe an opportunity to really put it down. But a hitting error by Collender will give point to the Tribe, I should say. The Tigers' mistake. Aronson knows it too. Sees her assistant coach is telling her, hey, when you're up there like that and there's no blocks, you try to send it over. To the right side to Sanders, and it makes its way through the double block of Hoxie and Esposito. Third kill of the match for Sanders. She has had 8 total attempts so far, but also a couple of blocks to her name. Horashi sends it over, a difficult free ball. But then Towson comes right back with the free ball of its own. Hoxie. Jesse goes the Purcell Telephony. It's dug up. Sanders into the block. Stewart sends it over. Hoxie again. What has been a chaotic point here at 3-2. And it's long. Another marathon point that the Tribe win on. And it's 4-2 William & Mary. Multiple moments in that point thought they were ended. But it is Sanders on a hitting error. And now a service error from Esposito gives serve right back to the Tigers. Tough break there for Esposito. She had a service error in set number 1 and has her second here in set number 2. Silva to Aronson on the 10-foot line set. Now D off in the front row. She hits it long. Towson saying that there was certainly a touch, but none of our referees saw it, so it's 5-3 Tribe. Let's see if we get a good look here on the replay. I think maybe they were saying that it grazed off the attempted dig from Nicole Smith. Tie at the net, and Collender ends the point. What a quiet first set she had. 0 kills, 2 hitting errors. After an incredible performance yesterday for the Towson side, and she gets kill number 1, and now she serves. And a trip up by Shayla Swoop. An awkward moment there for Swoop. I think she just tripped over her own feet. Swoop out to Burska. Now Moran out to Lieber, trying to get these outside hitters going. Hoxie into a double block. Hoxie again. And this time it proves to be a kill for the Tribe. So her 6th kill of the match right there. Hitting at 50%, which means in their 12 total attacks, 6 of them have resulted in kills. And Hoxie serves it into net, and another service error here for William & Mary in set number 2. If you remember, back in set number 1, the Tigers had a couple of service errors early on, and that kept William & Mary in the mix a bit at the early stages, and you saw how much it came back and hurt the Tigers. Hoping for the Tribe that it doesn't do the same. Suit the Burska with a good swing on the right side. And Lieber through a couple of blocks. Makes it a 7-6 lead here for Towson. Five kills now for Lieber. That's the most on the Tigers. Now here's Purcell Telefoni, who has the 2nd most kills. Back to serve. Received by Horashi. And Burska right side, and she sends this one wide. There's a miss hit there from Burska in the 9 ball. And Towson now up a couple of points. It's 8-6. A little delay for a ball behind Purcell Telefoni, but one of the workers able to get to it. Now another jump serve here from the freshman. And this one sails long. Coming into the weekend, Purcell Telefoni averages .27 service aces per set. So if there's a 4-set match, she's typically getting at least 1 ace. And this one's blocked, but Stewart somehow kept it up, and Burska quickly ends it. There's great placement at the net there for Burska. Came right back into her hands, and she just pushed it to the side, away from everybody. So a little bit of a rally here for the Tribe, back at 8-all. Brothers in the middle with a good swing. Horashi sets up Smith. Now Brothers, who tips it over. Smith again on a nice roll. Out of system goes the Tribe. Here's Burska. And another kill for Audrey Burska, back-to-back. Has the Tribe up 1. Burska had a remarkable weekend on serve against Stony Brook. Had 5 service aces in that 5-set victory. And Dioff says there's a touch and point for the Tigers. Our down ref and our line judge to the right both said there was a touch on the play. The Tigers, for a second, were saying this could not have happened again. Jessie to serve now at 9-all. Outside the Smith, a delayed swing, but it works in her favor. It looked like Nicole Smith was coming down when she made a swing towards it, but it's just as useful. 6 kills now for Smith on this afternoon. Silva with a nice deep serve. Esposito with a solid block. And William & Mary doing an incredible job to keep this point going. Silva over to Aronson. Kept up by Jessie. Sanders runs to the pole, back on her feet after sending it over. My goodness, what a point here. And it's Brothers who ends it. We have had some remarkable points here in set number 2, and you can add that one to the list. So many great plays from both sides, and Brothers just had that solo block from Esposito. Smith was a little late to get there, and Brothers made sure to capitalize on that opportunity. So 3 kills now for Aaron Brothers this afternoon. And at 10-all, number 10 for Towson serves and Alexa Mork. Sent over by Silva. That was such a key ingredient of yesterday's performance. And it's point William & Mary as it didn't go off the block, instead just the net. And a huge point there to put the try back up by 1. There's a miss hit there from Sanders. Her second of the day. Feds to Brothers. Horashi keeps it up, and Hoxie sends it long. If you're at home right now saying, wow, Horashi has been really setting up her teammates for success, you wouldn't be wrong. There's 3 Tribe players right now with 5 assists each. You have Silva, who you see on screen right now. Then you have Shayla Swoop, and then Avery Horashi. All those players have 5 assists each here this afternoon. So there's been times where the Tribe have been out of system, but they've still been successful. Hoxie finds her way through the Towson block. And now a team-high 7 kills. Well, we talk about Avery Horashi, and Coach Ryan Adams always talks about how she's the quarterback for this team. That's the libero position. Sitting right now is Esposito to serve. This one goes in. Colliner at the net with a good swing, but it is off the antenna. So a little bit of confusion right there as the Tribe thought that maybe the swing from Colliner was out. But maybe he was off the block there in that front row position. Aronson went up to try to block it, went off the antenna, and now it's 12-all again. Aronson again. And this time the point goes in her favor as she gets kill number 4 today. Silva just a great set. Not really a 9-ball. As you saw how far over to the left Aronson was in that approach. Almost meant more like a slide in that situation. Marcel Telefoni goes across the court, and she was able to get a touch at the net. And we continue to just go back and forth here in this second set like we saw in set number 1. Very tight volleyball here in the early stages. Towson had a great start in set number 1, then William & Mary really soared their way back towards the tail end of that set to grab this 1-0 lead. But there really hasn't been a more dominant side here in set number 2. Addison Lee Burr puts Towson back on top with that kill. Team high 6 kills for Lee Burr, who just really enjoys playing at Kaplan Arena. 22 kills yesterday, and she already has 6 today. Smith tried to play it back, but a miss hit there from the outside hitter. couldn't really ask for much more than the effort that Nicole Smith had right there. She was most likely 20 feet back of where the net is. That would have been a remarkable play if the Tribe were able to get it back over. And a service ace for Sarah Collender. Went right at Hoxie. And now, all of a sudden, we were just talking about how there hasn't been a team that's looked really dominant throughout a stretch. The Tigers have tallied off 3 straight points. Set to Ryan Love into the double block. And Purcell, Telefoni, and Dioff there as a double block. And Ryan Adams will signal for his first timeout here in set number 1. Or my apologies, set number 2. As it's a 4-0 scoring run here for the Tigers. So Towson so far in this match hitting at just 15%. And here in set number 2, it's been 8 kills and 5 hitting errors in 28 total attacks. William & Mary, 7 kills and only 4 errors here in set number 2. So not hitting at the same rate as what we saw in set number 1, but the defense has been much better. 4 blocks for the Tribe in the second set, and the Tigers with 3 on their respective end. So a good run by Sarah Collender, and you see Ryan Adams looking at the numbers right now, trying to figure out how to get out of this serve rotation. As you can see, the assistant coaches today wearing pink. Today is the annual Dig Pink match. We have a great crowd on hand today at Kaitlyn Arena. You see 1 Tribe, 1 fight. Worn by the assistant coaches. You saw Ryan Adams on the screen had the pink button that said Go Tribe. A lot of great graphics as you see on her screen. The pink pom-poms who were given out here for the fans today. But a really good showing here on this fall break weekend for a game that Ryan Adams talks about. It's such a crucial game for this program, this Dig Pink game. Showing you united in the community in the fight against breast cancer. The off the swing and off the timeout by William & Mary. Towson keeps it up. Dioff has 3 kills now. As we mentioned in yesterday's broadcast, her in her 3rd school, started at McNeese State, then went to Old Dominion, and now at Towson. And a touch at the net is a massive side out for William & Mary. Don Meadow wanting a little explanation right now with our down ref of where the touch was, and he said it was there at the block of the nets. Towson did look a little surprised. They thought that went one long, and there was no touch. But Hoxie with the service error as she misses it to the right. Dunnigan back in for Hoxie, and the service errors have really come back and bit William & Mary a couple of times here in the second set. 5 errors overall in the match. Set to Smith. Get her going a bit. Good job here from Swoop. Just gets out to Smith. And if there's only a single block out there, Nicole Smith will make you pay. Here's a swing off the block. A good job here from the Tribe. And Nicole Smith, it's kept up by Collender's arm, but it's another kill for Smith. And now she ties Hoxie with 7 kills in this match. 3 straight performances for Nicole Smith in conference play where she has reached double-digit kill numbers. At 13 and 10 against Stony Brook, she had 11 yesterday for the Tribe against the Tigers. The towel duty right now. And it's now 19-16. And it was at this point in set 1 where the Tribe just accelerated past the Tigers. Can they do it again? And Horashi with another service error into the nets. That is the 4th service error here in set number 2. And all 4 of those free points have been given to the Tigers, and they lead by 4. Nicole Smith with another good swing. This one kept up, and now Brothers. Done again. Horaci trying to track it down, but she can't get to it. And now the Tigers lead by 5, trying to close in and tie us up here. It's out to Smith, who pushes it deep. It's kept up. Out of system again. But a free ball sent over. A chance here for the Tribe. And it's touched, and Nicole Smith starting to rack up the kills a bit now. She's up to 8. (21-17). The Tigers 4 points away. The Tribe 4 points back. And now Silva service. Once again, the Tigers asking for a towel. Obviously crucial. You want to make sure that the floor is dry. There's been a lot of diving bodies tonight, too, on both sides. We talk about how great some of these points have been. I mean, just full out has been awesome volleyball. And we're only in set number 2. And miscommunication allows Silva to get the service ace. And she hit it with the Jordan shrug afterwards. That one was perfectly just between both Lieber and Colander. I mean, look at that. Right down the middle. And a timeout here for Towson to talk some things over as it's 21-18. But that could give the Tribe some juice here. Get that service ace going. There's been a lot of service errors here in this second set. We mentioned 4. To really get one to go your way could just be enough to really change the attitude here in set number 2. But still a 3-point lead for the Tigers. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining after this. This is just the first timeout used here by the Tigers. But really those service errors have been the difference so far in the second set. 11 kills for the Tribe, hitting at 21% in comparison to Towson, who has 1 less kill at 10, but also a hitting percentage of 16%. The Tribe were able to jump out to a 2-0 lead over the Tigers yesterday. And they've been trailing for most of this recent stretch here in set number 2. It was a great run from Sarah Collander's service, a 5-0 service run, and that's what really put Towson ahead. Silva goes right to Collander, and Lieber finds the floor. Massive side out there for Towson as they restructure its lead back up to 4. And Alexa Mork will come on to serve. Tribe looking for a quick side out now. Trying to bring themselves back within 3. And that will help. Service error from Mork. The 4th service error today from the Tigers. And now it's 22-19. Sets in the middle, and Brothers climbs the ladder and sends it down. That might be the highest that she's jumped all weekend. The way she was able to just swing down on that one. Not just again, Brothers just getting up. There's no way to block that. Horaci over to Hoxie and a kill. So another quick side out for William & Mary. Brings themselves back within 3. Horaci gets another assist. It's number 6 of the day for her. Sent over. Great job by Love to just play it perfectly back. Now Colliner gets denied. Aronson's there for the denial. And the Tribe are back within 2. Go right to Colliner and then just 2 hands getting over. And now we're going to see a substitution here for William & Mary. Esposito is going to sub off here for Tulsi Naluri, the 5'8 junior. In her 6th set play this year. Gets it into Colliner. Sit right side to Sanders and a kill. So you like Ryan Adams there, maybe trying to say, okay, let's try to switch up serve here. Try to get another point on serve to bring it back within 1. Naluri did have a service ace a couple weekends ago against Delaware State. She's a great server, but set point here for Towson. Trying to tie us up at 1 set each. Hoxie off the net. And Colliner kept it by Smith. Horaci trying to track it down, but it's a Sarah Colliner kill to end set number 2. And the Towson Tigers win it 25-21 to tie us up through our opening 2 sets. Back and forth here at Kaplan Arena. We got a good one as we're squared up here going to set number 3 on the Tribe Sports Network, presented by Van Wagner.
This is the CAA on Flow College.
I would say 1950s.
1991.
I would say like 1960s, right?
Oh, I was gonna say like 1996. Like you're pushing it.
They go like 1920s. They've got to be like over 100. That's old. That's definitely old.
I would say 1950s.
Old? Yeah. I would
That's
say
like a little bit older than my parents.
I would say 1965.
I'm gonna go 1970s.
1960s. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 1950s too, like Ryan.
I would say 1968.
I'm right in the middle, 1960s.
Caught by Nascimento, the CAA Cinderella, the slipper still fits. For the first time ever, William & Mary is dancing in the NCAA tournament.
Celebrate history as we honor your 2025 CAA Women's Basketball Champs with a banner and ring ceremony at Kaplan on Saturday, October 18th. This event is free and open to the public with doors opening at 11 a.m. Register now by scanning the QR code on the screen and join the Tribe Women's Basketball team as they receive their championship rings and unveil the official CAA championship banner. So 1 week from today, there will be some new equipment in the roof here at Kaplan Arena. See some of it being covered up right now. Can't wait to see that be unveiled here in about a week's time and be part of that historic team that was able to win the CAA. So back here to the volleyball, it has been a great first two sets. The Tribe takes set number 1, and then the Tigers taking set number 2. And we'll show you how the first two sets have gone here on the stats side. Look how even it's been. 27 kills for each side, 2 service aces. Seen a better defense from both ends too. 5 blocks for William & Mary, 2 of them coming there in that most recent set played. And the digs-wise, it has been great for Towson so far. Sarah Collender actually in the way with 10 digs for the Tigers. And for the Tribe, it's been Avery Horashi who has 6 digs so far here in the early stages of this match. So 2 sets in, we're tied up at 1-1. It becomes a best of 3 pretty much here, but we'll show you, if you're just tuning in, how sets number 1 and number 2 have gone so far today here in Kaitlyn Arena. Starting with the Tigers, it's been a really good all-around performance as we take a look back here at some early set 1 moments. It was a really good start for the Tigers. Purcell Telefoni doing a great job at getting up there for some blocks. It was the Macy Jesse service run that was also doing a pretty good job as well. We're going to see Purcell Telefoni who gets the kill to get things started off. But also some great serve receive defense as well in this first set. As you see, quick side outs from the Tigers. It was tough for the Tribe to get really anything going, but some jump serves there from Purcell Telefoni, doing a great job there in that opening first set. But the Tribe were able to come back in that first set thanks to some big plays at the net. As we see Silva going up to Hoxie, who had a great start to this match. 5 kills in that first set. As the Tribe were down really early there in that opening set, 4-0 to be exact. They were able to slowly but surely make their way back through it all. Hoxie playing some big ways and being at the right places at the right time. Nicole Smith getting the service ace, 1 of the 2 for the Tribe. And there you see Shayla Swope, who has done just a great job coming in as a setter today. Did not get the start yesterday, but lengthy points like this have proven the Tribe to be ever so successful. And Nicole Smith, who has a share of the team high 8 kills here through our first 2 sets. We're on to set number 3, and away we go. Esposito with a great swing in the middle. Now Aronson in the back row. And a kill to get things going for the left-handed hitter. And it's kill number 5 on the day for the 6'1" junior. Jesse sets it up on a dig. Stewart has to try to swing it over. And Smith down the line gets the kill. Just talking about how Nicole Smith really got the Tribe going today. And that's kill number 9 for her afternoon. A good start here from William & Mary in set number 3 after just dropping that most recent set, 25-21. Here's Brothers on the outside, and Horashi grazed it off her platform. Her hands are stuck together, and she was moving her body to go get it. It would have gone long, but a tough break there for the Tribe. Here's Smith into the double block. Silva able to keep it up. And now Sanders goes cross court with her kill. Kill number 5 of today for Sanders. 5'10", redshirt sophomore. Smith with an off-speed roll, and it goes into the net. And the Tribe got 2 straight points to start off this Saturday. Now 3 straight for Towson as they come right back with it. Silva to Esposito, but denied by Brothers. Right job defensively at the net there from Aaron Brothers. We saw Addison Lee Burr with a good service run, but she's subbed out here for Alexa Mork. Dunnigan there on the service receive. And Smith will hit this one long. So already the third hitting error of set number 3 for William & Mary.